When you first got to America, was it easy to find a job?
For me, as a professional, as a nurse, I don't have any problem. The only problem that I have is when I speak. Because, even though I speak English back home, because I become a teacher also, and I teach English and science, but still, the diction, the intonation, and the pronunciation is different. That's the only thing that I have. But I learned that in a hard way.
What type of job opportunities were you looking for when you came here?
To practice my profession as a registered nurse, I used to do the home health first in the beginning, just to know the culture, the values, and everything, so that I could adjust the lifestyle here. And right after that, I worked for certified nursing assistant in one of the big nursing home, and took challenged the board for licensed vocational nurse, and I passed. And I start uh, my nursing career at University of San Francisco, California Hospital, which is UCSF. And at the same time, I work through the registry also as an LVN,
So, your first job was
nursing aide.
nursing aide,
Mm-hmm.
and following that job. So, that was your first job coming here to America. You started as
Yes,
a nursing aide.
yes.
And then, after a nursing aide, or how long were you working as a nursing aide?
It's less than a year.
Less than a year. Okay. And your following job after that?
Licensed vocational nurse.
Licensed vocational nurse. And is that the one that you were saying was at UCSF?
Yeah,
Okay.
I worked there for 5 years at UCSF, and transferred to Kaiser since 1990 till then.
Did you experience any type of racism
Yes,
when you first came to America? Would you
yes,
like to explain
I
how
did.
that made you feel?
I work in a nursing home, which is a Jewish home. It's owned by the Jewish people. They don't treat minority. I don't know if how do they call them. They're minority also, because they were thinking that United States mostly mainly are all whites. But when I was working there, they don't want to accept black people. They accept Filipino because hard working, and that's what I understand. And then right after I resigned at a Jewish home for the aged. I went to UCSF, which I could really see the the treatment of all this. They said they called that redneck, which you could really tell and how they deal with minorities. But it doesn't really bother me, because it really makes me more, give me more encouragement to work so hard and stand on the degree that this is like an opportunity for all the people. And that's why we came here to United States, to get an advance or get a freedom for everything. And the only thing in there at UC is you didn't see any, like in the nursing department, you don't see any minorities as a manager. It's all white. That's the only thing. But it doesn't, the way I talk, the way I pronounce, which is really ridiculous. One time that I was receiving an order from the doctor, they said that, okay, give a specific cough medication for a certain patient who's coughing. So I told, okay, go ahead and give Robitussin. That's what we pronounce back home, but in here it's Robitussin, which is really, I was really appreciative for this doctor who corrected me the correct way of saying, which I don't have to be more like ashamed or anything on how to pronounce this simple word. But later on, I understand on how I feel that you need to fit in. the way they talk. Because one thing that it makes you like ashamed, because sometimes you can't understand on how they say a certain word, especially when they speak like fast. So you need to learn and to adapt all these languages, the way they speak, the way they eat, and it's a lot of more learning, which I really appreciate that I went into that hospital at all. When I went to Kaiser, there are some like they're not really from United from they're not really like an American people. They came from other country also, but when they came here, they changed, they adapt the lifestyle of this American people, and the way they treat minorities is the same what the American people treating minorities also, compared to like Sweden, Australian that I come across when I was working at Kaiser already. But I it doesn't really bother me because really it really makes myself more competent on what I've learned. The things that I'm really think is I'm a professional. I have my own degree and I don't care whatever they say. As long as I'm working hard, I don't hurt anybody. I came there to work.